David here with a new update, this time for my module Instant Dungeons. Okay, and to show you this, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to generate a dungeon here. Let's go for castle this time, okay? Let's just put it anywhere. Let's put it around here, okay? All right, so let's go into that map. The first thing you will notice as it creates the map is that now we have a terrain surface behind the generated dungeon. Okay, this is the first thing I wanted to show you here. And if you look here at the generator, we have this new button here, terrain, the terrain asset. Okay, if you click on it, you enter this new selector here, and these terrains here come with the ogre. So if you press any of this, you can apply them to the current map. And of course, if you press here and apply, it only changes the terrain, but the dungeon itself remains the same. If you press here, it regenerates the entire dungeon with the new map, okay, with the new terrain. I added a lot of them here, so you have a lot of variety to pick from. For example, here you can do some kind of desert map. We have some more common ones like these ones. These ones to me seems like a moon or something. Okay, let's go back to the default one to show you a couple more things. Okay, so let's close this, and now we have this slider here called terrain size. What it does is it changes the size of the tile used for the terrain. Okay, so for example, if I go all the way to 1, you will see now that the tile is very small and looks very repetitive, right? Ideally, I think at the minimum I would use is 3, which is the default. It looks nice. You can go higher than that, all the way to 6 even. And this really, I would change it depending of the actual texture. Okay, for example, I think this one, it doesn't look that good when the tile is large because it looks very oversized. But if you go lower, it will look better. For example, I think this one probably looks better at 1, even though it looks very repetitive. But it's really up to you what you want to do with this, okay? Then another thing you can do, okay, let's leave it back at 3. Another thing you can do, if you want to use, if you can use regular tiles here, like this, or if you're using your own custom pack that you install, a custom dungeon pack, you can use the tiles from those packs as well. Remember that you can install custom dungeon draft asset packs into this module, okay? But let's say, for example, that we are using this one that is kind of like asphalt or something. So now that's the background or the terrain for this, okay? Then, okay, let's leave that. Then here, I did some refactoring of this panel, but another new thing is that now you can change the direction, or not change, but specify the direction of the entry, okay? If you leave it here, it's random. For example, let's say you want the entry to be from the south. Now you can make that so that any dungeon that you generate, the entrance will be from the side, okay? That could be useful depending on what you're doing, okay? Let's leave it back to any. I put the door controls, I put it here, so the animations are different. For example, if I do this, and now I go back to the token, the door now opens differently, the animation. And you can also change the sound here with this too, like ascend, swing. You would normally leave this if you're doing fantasy. You probably use this one, okay? I think I'm not recording the sound here, so you probably can't hear that in the video, but it does sound like a wooden door opening. All right, yeah, that's pretty much all I changed here. And now, if you go here to Dungeon Mapper, you will see that now you have this terrain feature right here, okay? And here you can, for example, if you press any of this, you can now paint the terrain, and you can paint over the dungeons and it won't affect it. Of course, this depends on the same terrain size slider, so you can make this smaller, but it will regenerate the whole map, and then you can do smaller tiles, right, depending on what you want. And if you want to change the entire dungeon, you can do it here. Entire map, you can do it here. Let's go back to terrain. Let's put this one. It will regenerate the entire terrain surface of the map, okay? Right. Then something new here is that I added objects to Instant Dungeon. Now it has it includes objects that I made myself. It took me a while to make them. This is the first time of me doing this kind of stuff, like making graphics myself. So I hope they are okay. I made it all by hand. I didn't use any kind of AI. I hope you guys like it. I want to do a few more. Not a few more. I want to do a few every week, so this pack can keep growing, so it becomes more useful. Right now there are like 30 or 28, something like that, and they are 37, and they are here organized by folders and so on. Okay, and the cool thing here is not only can you place them as any asset pack that you import, but I did something else here in the dungeon generator. I added this new feature called Populate Rooms. Okay, and if you press it, it will use the objects from that I've been adding to populate the rooms. Now this is still early and experimental. I will keep improving it. I think right now it's somewhat useful. I don't know if you would always use it, but you could use it like to place all this, and then you come into the dungeon mapper and move them around, stuff like that. At least to give you an idea of what you can put in the dungeon. But really, it will become more powerful as I add more objects. Okay, so this is something that probably will get better over time. But I wanted to get it in the module right away, so you guys can test it and tell me what you think. If you think it's good, if you think it's gonna improve, and so on. And do notice that when I enable this and apply it, it changed the surface, because the surface in the generator is still the old one. Okay, so there you go. All right. Okay. So what else? I think that's it for this update. As usual, it takes me many hours to make this stuff, days, weeks, and then I go over them in like 5 minutes, and I'm like, that's all there is. But yeah, it took me a lot of time to get this right, especially the objects and to place them. Something I don't know if everyone noticed in the last update is that now you have these sci-fi dungeons, because I didn't really talk about it that much because I had it for the sci-fi module, but it is for Instant Dungeon. I mean, it is in Instant Dungeons. So let's generate a sci-fi themed dungeon. Okay, let's say I don't know, say blue. We want the color blue, and let's put it over here. Okay, so let's say this is on a planet, sci-fi planet or something. Okay, and now the sci-fi style that I'm going for is this CRT style. And when you generate, it will turn off the Populate Rooms because there are no sci-fi objects. You can turn it on if you want, but it doesn't look good, so I wouldn't recommend it. So let's leave it off for now. And yeah, you could add terrain if you want. That could. I see some situations like this where it does look good actually. So you could do this. And here, if we go to if you only want to see them, you can go here to manage packs and disable Instant Dungeons and leave these CRT tiles. That's what I'm calling it. And then you will only see these CRT style dungeons. It could be useful if you're playing a sci-fi game. But yeah, if you disable it, the terrains from the other pack won't show up here. So that's something to keep in mind. You may want to keep them both active. All right, so let's turn it on again. And let's pretend that we are on some sort of moon, right? Okay, and there you go. I also did add a few tiles to the core pack that kind of look sci-fi. They could be used here, for example. I even added some walls that could be like this one, this metal wall. So I think I also added a door. Yeah, this one. Right. So I guess you could say that this is some kind of sci-fi base. You could use these tiles as well. Or this one perhaps. Yeah, this one also looks kind of sci-fi. Yeah, that's some of the things that I've added for this update. Well, as usual, I hope you like it. If you do, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and do check out my Patreon if you want to use these modules. And it really helps out with everyone that's supporting me there. It really helps out. It has allowed me to keep working on these modules more and more. That's what I've been putting them out every week almost weekly at this point, and it's all thanks to my patrons. I really couldn't do this without you all. Okay, thank you, and see you on the next one.